Which former five-star prospects in Georgia's program right now are living up to the five-star hype? Dean Legge, Matt DeBary. We're going to go through this list here, Matt. And as recruiting goes, some guys work out, some guys don't. And I'm just going to go through the list here. And you've been doing recruiting for a while. We're going to go from oldest to youngest of guys who are still in the program that were consensus five-star guys. So first of all, Zamir White.
I do think he has because we have to talk about the two knee injuries. I mean, he's a completely different player. He was listed as a five-star number one running back in the country, rightfully so, deservedly so. That was before two knee surgeries. So I do believe if he was fresh, healthy, Zamir White 100% for the past 3 years, yeah, he probably would be the guy that you saw play in high school and said he was the best high school player you had ever seen at the time. So I do think that potential would have transferred over. But still, two major knee surgeries. He sat behind guys like DeAndre Swift, and he led the team in rushing last year, came back for a fourth year, will probably lead the team in rushing again. So if you talk about productivity, he's been very productive the last 2 years.
Yeah, I think one question is, do you know what is a five-star player? Like some people, the guy that jumps out to me that I think of, John Theus was a five-star player for Georgia. He was also a 4-year starter. So for me, that's pretty good. That's probably a five-star production. All right, how about speaking of offensive lineman, Jamaree Salyer? What do you think about him?
I think this is a big year for him. He's started multi-year starter
I think so.
already.
Yeah,
This will be his third year starting. You can't ask for much more than that. We
hard.
don't hear his name get called often for giving up sacks. He's not perfect. He hasn't graded out as well as a few others have, but I think he is one of the best returning offensive linemen in college football. We'll see if he stays at left tackle, the most important position on the offensive line, or if he moves inside. But started at left tackle last year, and they were more often than not they were very good on the offensive line this year. So I think he could live up and earn all those 5 stars. I think he's earned 4 bright stars. I think a good year this year, he will get Matt DeBary's 5th star on him. So
So I saw Adam Anderson from Rome High School in Georgia play up there. What do you make of Adam so far? He's still got a little bit of ways to go to get the five-star production.
yeah, but he flashes. He
Yeah,
looks
he
like a five
does.
star out there on any particular play. He can really whip guys. He is so fast, so quick off the ball. He's going to get up a lot of guys' trouble. I expect him to have a big fourth year. There's no reason why he shouldn't be a really, really good player for Georgia this year. Same, I'd give him 4. He's earned about 4 stars right now. Maybe solid 3, low 4 star production right now. But he's another guy who could, with a big year, could really etch his name in Georgia's legacy.
So what did you see from Nolan Smith when you saw him play at IMG, and then what have you seen since?
He was very, very good. Probably a top 10 recruit that I've seen the past 5 years. Every time I saw him, whether he was at a camp setting or in the Georgia versus Texas game that we were at, or when I saw him play up in Pittsburgh, he was really, really good. I don't think I would have given him the number one overall player in the country ranking, which is what he was. He was the top player in the country. I don't know if I would have gone that far, but he was an easy 5 star for me. 6'3", 235, 240. He doesn't have ideal size, Dean, and with a lot of quarterbacks getting the ball out of their hand in a hurry quickly, especially when they're not on big third and long, it's hard to get after the passer sometimes. So the production isn't there. He's had to play with alongside a lot of other talented pass rushers and outside linebackers. So the numbers aren't there. He hasn't played as much as I thought he might. But again, he flashes. But he's got to be out there a little more consistently this year in his third year.
Well, he started off with a bang for sure, I thought, in 2019. But in 2020, he wasn't out there as often. I don't know why, but any number of reasons why. But I still think he can become a five-star guy in terms of production. But we'll just have to see. He did. I mean, there are a lot of pass rushers on Georgia's team, and I expect Nolan to have a pretty good 2021. How about Nakobe Dean?
He's as advertised. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people thought he could be what Roquan Smith was, and he's a sideline to sideline. He's going to run you down. He doesn't miss a ton of tackles. Every once in a while, he'll take a not so great angle, but if he knows where that play's going and he dissects it in a hurry, he's going to run it and he's going to get there. I don't think he started as a freshman Dean, but he was out there a lot. I do think he was one of the main starters last year, pretty much started every game, I believe, with Monty Rice, and should again as a third-year junior. So if we're talking about production, he's been a 5-star so far.
How about Travon Walker?
Love the talent, the athleticism there, but a lot like Nolan Smith, he's playing on a defensive line with a lot of other talented guys. He's not in there for 3 downs. He's still more of a specialist right now. But he does a lot that I think people don't realize. He'll bat a ball down on a random second or third down in the game that people just overlook. He'll get some quickness inside that forces the quarterback out who throws the ball away. And it's an incompletion. It didn't look great, but he impacts the game more, I think, than people think. The numbers aren't there, the tackles for loss, the sacks. He's not going to light up the stat sheet. And again, he needs to probably play a little bit more this year as a junior. The talent, easy 5-star. We both see that. Production, not so much yet. Maybe it'll get there this year.
Yeah, I think this year is going to be a big year for him, because the ability to do it is not the question. The question is, how long will he be on the field with all of these guys? I mean, you start thinking about maybe not at his specific position, but on the defensive line, you got Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis, Darnell Washington, who's played some. Stackhouse is in there. Jalen Carter. There's plenty of guys. Those are coming back. Those are not the guys who have played lately. I think Travon will be okay at the end of the day. I don't see how you could say George Pickens is not a 5-star. I will say I could do without some of the stupidity, but that's up to George to deal with.
And they knew that with him in high school. So that's something they knew they were going to have to deal with throughout. But the talent overmatches that. You can't be spraying a water bottle at someone on the sidelines like that. Like that.
The tech fight, I don't know that bothers me as much. But it was the water bottle. I mean, the water bottle was insane to me. Best
wide receiver since A.J. Green. You'd say one of the most talented that's ever come through the program.
He's really good.
Yeah, first-round potential, easy 5-stars for me.
Okay, that didn't take long. Clay Webb hasn't played very much.
I can count on my one hand how many reps I saw him lose as a high schooler in a camp setting. He went to all the camps. I watched him in a camp setting for multiple years. Dude never lost, so I thought it would translate a little better. I remember going to cover his announcement. Sam Pittman was up there with the biggest smile on his face for a whole hour and a half, however long he was there. He was excited to get Clay Webb. I think he liked Clay Webb a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he has a mean bone in his body. I think you need a little jerk in you. I think you need to be kind of a bully to be an offensive lineman. And maybe he's too nice. I don't know. Maybe he just wasn't better than Trey Hill, and he's not better than Cedric Van Pran or Warren Erickson or whoever, but hasn't lived up to that 5-star bill.
Well, he's only been there a year, right?
He was 19. So
you're right.
This will be his 3rd year. If you're not playing now, you might have to look elsewhere.
Keely Ringo has not played. Really no point in talking about him. We got 2 more guys left here. Jalen Carter. I don't know if he's a 5-star yet, but he's going to be a 5-star at Georgia.
He made some 5-star plays
he scored a touchdown
there when he was out there. Yeah, he did. He did score a touchdown, and there were a few plays where he blew it up from the start. My guy Tyler Clark used to do that. When the ball snapped, Tyler Clark blew it up, plays over. He has that potential to just get in the backfield in a hurry here and there and turn a 2nd and 2 into a 3rd and 6 and get like a 3 or 4 yard loss. So he has that potential. Athletic, strong. He's got a nice thick build to him. Yeah, there's a reason he was a 5-star, and I think he has the potential to earn those 5 stars before his career is over.
Okay, so let's just talk about this last guy for a second. Darnell Washington, you saw him play in Vegas. Did it, like what you saw, has it turned out to be the same way?
Yeah, he played the same way, just a big target, not the most athletic guy. He's not Eric Gilbert. Just kind of a smaller offensive tackle out there who can jump.
Not a lot smaller.
Not a lot smaller, but the size, how big of a target he is. I think he's going to get more passes thrown his way. I think he only had 7 catches last year, but I think it's easy to remember
memorable.
Like 5 or 6.
They were memorable.
And I think 5 came from JT Daniels towards the end of the year. 3 catches against Cincinnati, one of them where he's just running like a bowling ball out there. He
The
can pick
most
up yards in a hurry, long strider. I think as he continues to develop and under Todd Hartley, I think he has the potential to be a real impact player. There's only one football, though, so I don't know if he's going to lie at the stat sheet. But when he catches the ball, it's time to get excited a little bit. He could do a lot with it.
the thing about that guy is people say, "Oh, it's hard to tackle someone." Well, but like he seems particularly difficult to tackle in that it's not that he doesn't go down. Yeah, that's true. It's also he's still moving forward is the
Yeah.
problem. And
You,
and
you
Darn
got it.
Darn
You got to hit him at the feet, just like the kid at Cincinnati did. You got to make sure you knock him off balance, around his feet and his ankles. The big tree will fall hard there. But he's a red zone target, man. I love the yeah.
did you saw Keely and Darnell at the same time? What was that day like there in Vegas?
It was hot. It was hot, but both of them were very, very good. Darnell did more. I mean, he was the punter. He was throwing guys on their butt as a blocker, and he only had like 5 catches. I think one was a big long touchdown after the catch. Another one high jumped and made the play over a defender. I think they called pass interference on him. It was a very questionable call, but the ability to go up and just grab a rebound over that kid in the end zone. I was like, okay, this not a lot of guys who can do that. And Keely, no one threw his way. It was tough to see him make plays out there, the best player on the field. But he did come in for one play on offense as a running back and zigzagged his way to a 55-yard touchdown, made it look easy. That's when I said, this kid's a 5-star.
There you have it. It's our quick review of the kids that are 5-star players on Georgia's roster. Are they 5-star players now? Go to dogpost.com. We'll see you over on the website.